Fantastically wonderful podcast episode, take 2. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. For today's installment of our quote series, we're going to address the idea and quote that your house is an investment. Some call it your largest investment. What I'm going to ask here is, what is an asset? What is an asset? I suppose there are some different definitions out there. If we could arrive at using something that puts money in our pockets as being an asset, if we could arrive there, and we can have a conversation about that, but if we can arrive at an asset as something that produces revenue, profit, cash flow, money, then a house, if we're just speaking from a consumer standpoint, it very well may be one of our largest purchases if we have a home with a mortgage, let's say, that we're paying off, because it's not actually ours until we pay off the mortgage. Interesting etymology on mortgage as well. It's like an agreement to death. 15 years, 30 years. Anyway. Or it could be our largest expenditure. Sure, if we're renting, it could be our largest expenditure. And either of those scenarios could make very good sense for different folks and for different reasons. But I'm just pointing out that if from a consumer standpoint, we are living in a home with a mortgage, then that costs us something. And again, I'm not saying don't do that. We're all going to live somewhere. We're all going to pay to live somewhere in one way or another. But does that make it an asset, that home, while there's a mortgage to be paid? And let's say there's not even a mortgage. What if we're just talking about maintenance, upkeep, land taxes? Just try not paying land taxes, property taxes, and see how long you own that property or how long you own that home, right? So whereas I could understand that it very well may be the largest purchase or expenditure for someone, that doesn't inherently make it the largest asset. See, a home or a house and real estate investment are two different animals. One is for consumption and the other is to produce something. Net worth, tax benefits, cash flow, passive income. There are lots of reasons to have real estate investment. And this isn't me giving real estate advice, but we're discussing this common saying of your home is an asset and considering how that can be viewed with an infinite banking lens. Well, what I'm going to say is that for the real estate investors out there, I don't wonder if we can't catch on to the concept of infinite banking quicker just because, okay, here's this appreciating asset. So in this case, the asset is going to be a properly structured whole life policy with a mutual company that pays a dividend. And this appreciating asset does give us a certain amount of net worth. So there's that. It's not to be disregarded because that net worth, that death benefit, today has a representation in a net present value, which is the cash value of the policy. And that cash value of a properly structured whole life policy with a mutual company that pays a dividend can be leveraged without interrupting the compounding of the premiums that we pay into the policy. So it's an appreciating asset because there is compounding taking place that goes on uninterrupted even when we leverage the cash values by accessing the capital via a policy loan for the things that we want to do. So the folks that are out there adding to their portfolio and then perhaps commercially leveraging, on the bank's terms and conditions, and that's its own animal. Here I'm promoting the idea that you can become your own banker, and you can do that with a home that you are purchasing and living in as a consumer. You can become your own banker in that. Everything's financed. That is included. Also in real estate investing, you can become your own banker, even if you do decide to use conventional lending. But that could be its own conversation as well. It's its own animal as well. But either way, everything is financed, either what we are consuming or what we are procuring for ourselves to be productive Either way, financing, banking is taking place. I'm promoting the idea that we can put ourselves in the position of consumer and owner. And that's where we arrive at the appreciating asset, the whole life policy that's been properly structured with a mutual company. That makes us part owner in that company and therefore in a position to receive dividends from the general performance of that company over a given year. But we can also access our capital today without interrupting the compounding growth into the future. So I hope that this has been helpful in deciding whether you think your house is an asset and just provoking thought of homes, assets, and the infinite banking concept. So if you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement infinite banking into your household or your business or your investing, then you can reach me at 828-817-4223, or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day. Take care. All right, let's go over this. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. I need to get that off. Sorry. That's a wrap, people. It's just me.